Hello, everyone. How you guys doing? Thank you so much for joining and those that have joined previous lives. Um, we have a really cool topic for tonight. So we have women for Trump, and I have two conservative ladies that I will be talking to in regards to this topic and other related topics as well. So that being said, let's get started. All right, let me see if I can bring these ladies up here so we can start the discussion. We have Amanda. Hello there. Can you hear me well?
Hey, Vega. How are
Hi.
you?
How are you?
Ashley's in.
Good. Thank you for having us.
Oh, no, you're welcome. First of all, you hear me well, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Awesome. And how are you, Ashley?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Hi, guys, in the comments section. Thank you for joining. Real quick, I do want to just say a couple of things here before we start. Remember, the goal for this is the last day of January, by the way. So, starting the next month, the next goal for the month of February, before or by the end of the month, we need to get to 30,000 followers. We're almost there. So please make sure to follow and support this platform. Also, I will be having a TikTok subscribers only live soon. So make sure to check my profile. I keep my live events there updated, and I update those on a daily basis. I do want to give a shout out to the TikTok subscribers. That would be Chris22, Naughty Red, Mima, Gary P, Freedom Print Shop, Deb the Navy Brad, King Tut's mom, Cynthia, Mrs. Ramirez, and Hopefully. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. Again, if you're not able to send any gifts or anything, that's fine, but please at least tap the live, follow, and comment on the videos and share them so that more Americans can watch these videos. Highly appreciate it. That being said, so Ashley and Amanda, so you guys like Trump, clearly. So when did this start, by the way? Was this like from the beginning, from like 2016 or?
For me, Ashley, no. Actually.
For me, Amanda, yes.
Got it. So what happened to you, Ashley? Why not at the beginning?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm from Connecticut. It's a very liberal state. So most people here are very liberal. I believed everything in the news at that point. But then I started to realize when the pandemic hit that if everyone's telling you to hate someone, I wanted to know really. I dug deeper. And when I went and I dug deeper about Donald Trump, I actually started to fall in love with his policies, a lot of the things that he said, a lot of the good things that he was doing. And I realized, wait, I actually like him a lot more than I thought. And
So you were following whatever the media was telling you guys at the time?
I was, yes. In 2016. 2020, absolutely not. I voted for him proudly.
So, like, at what point was it, like the first year of his presidency? When did you start doing more research?
Probably so right before the pandemic. So I would say 2018, at the end of 2018, mostly 2019. And then when 2020 hit, I really went further into learning more because honestly, like I said, I'm from a very liberal state, and most people here, I would say, actually now I'm going to say a lot more people here are conservative, but back then, no, it was a very, democratic state. And yeah, I believe the news. Do you know what I mean? But then I really questioned it when I'm like, all these people hate him. Like, but they used
You found it weird, right? Like, did you ever see that, by the way? Did you ever see that with another president or candidate before, that much hate on television?
No, so that's what really opened it, because they just kept going and they just kept going and going. But then what really got me too, that got me thinking, was all the people that started talking really bad about him. I'm like, weren't they friends with him before he became president? Like, how is this man racist when they used to put him in rap videos? Everyone wanted to live the dream like Donald Trump. And that really did. And I was like, So I had to.
Yeah, it just wasn't adding up for you. We already have a keyboard warrior here. His name is Slick. Nothing slick about him, but you can ask your questions. We're just getting to that topic a little bit later. He's asking some questions there about what policies, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Also, I think someone wanted to join the panel. I'm not going to open it just yet. Let me talk to the ladies first, and then I'll open it a little bit later. Maybe give me like around 40 minutes or so. I know you guys have to go also earlier, right?
We do.
Okay, so just give me a heads up.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay, so then... By the way, Ashley, what about your friends and family? Did they also like Trump, or were they against him, or?
So my parents have always been Republican, so they were very pro-Trump, and I used to be like, okay, yeah, like, pretty much what the media said. I'm like, why would you vote for this man, And actually, my stepfather, being one of them, explained to me, why he agreed with some of the policies, this, that, and the third, taxes, like, we'll get into more later, but he definitely was. So my parents always been Republican, but
Got it.
friends, yes, they were totally. And you know what, too? I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of people back in 2016 want like women who maybe didn't know a lot about Donald Trump or thought he was of what the media said. They wanted a woman, so they were going to vote for Hillary, whether it didn't even matter if it was Donald Trump running against her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I get that. What about you, Amanda? So you, from the beginning, was Trump. Why?
Yes, I've always been for Trump. I feel like Trump has always been for the person. Trump's always, whenever 9/11 happened, he was there. He was helping as much as he could.
It is true.
Yeah, he was active.
Yes, he's always been active. Whenever President Trump, whenever he was elected, he didn't even take his salary. He donated his salary. What other
Did you feel like you connect more with him than with other politicians?
I do. I feel like, I know he has more money, but I feel like he is more down to earth, and I feel like he's just more like us. I just
Got
have
it.
that.
You felt like it was more real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Just like Ronald Reagan. He wasn't a politician. And I feel like Ronald Reagan, even though I was young, he was a great president. And he was not a politician, just like Donald Trump.
Got it. So what about your family? The same? They were also pro-Trump from the beginning?
Mm-hmm. All of my family is pro-Trump. The only person in my family that's not pro-Trump is my mother-in-law.
Got it. And so Ashley's in Connecticut, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you, Amanda?
I'm in North Carolina.
North Carolina. Got it. Okay, good. Okay, so then let's just get this out of the way now, because I know we're going to have some liberals asking about this probably. What was, if you can first, you can answer first, Ashley, when this Hollywood tape came out, grab them by the P comment, what do you make about that then and now?
Then and now? I think I still feel the same. I honestly, the fact that they took that in a privacy of conversation he was having amongst other men. I've heard the men in my life speak way worse about women. And that wasn't something he said as president on a podium. So I rather, my president grab me by the than be one, if that makes any sense. So.
Well, that's going to be a quote.
I'm going to get a lot of people in the comments are probably going to get mad, but no, because I don't care. People say all the time, oh no, he shouldn't have said that. Well, he said that in the privacy of a conversation. That wasn't a public comment he made. So
correct. So you were not so sensitive about it?
No.
You were not surprised that some men have locker room talk, right?
Yeah.
Just like women also have locker room talk, I'm guessing.
Most men do.
We do.
If men don't,
Yeah,
there's something wrong.
she's laughing already. Yeah. Ashley, do you have locker room talk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, right? The one right here with me.
No, I just asked because she started cracking up right away as soon as I said that.
You know, I mean, amongst your friends, don't you? I mean, like,
Right. Yeah. That's what I mean. But, exactly. It was just, like you said, he was not saying it at a podium, right?
no.
We are the worst, said Lady Dion. Meaning the ladies. That's what she's saying. Because the YouTube cannot see the comment section. So Lady Dion said, we are the worst in regards to what Ashley said about the female locker room talk. Amanda, what about you? Grab him by the P. What was your take on that?
I'm like Ashley, that was a private conversation. And what man or woman don't talk like that in private with other, you know what I'm saying? Me and Ashley does. I'm sure you and your friends do, Vega. I mean, it's just human nature, but they blew it out of proportion because he was Trump. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
Because it was Trump, correct. Yeah. I mean, and we've seen, what about the hip hop stars, right? That the things they show in the music videos and talk about women in the music videos, and then they go and support Obama or Hillary Clinton. Like,
Yes.
I love
it's like,
that
it's so crazy.
I would say that. I swear to you, you took it out of my mouth.
And they're actually posting that publicly. Those,
I guess it's the hypocrisy of the Democrats that really get me.
Yeah. Guys, again, in the comment section, I am not opening the panel just yet. Let me talk to the ladies, and then I'll open the panel in about 30 minutes or so, or 40 minutes. Hi, hopefully. How are you? Thank you for joining. Okay, so then that didn't really matter to you that much. You understood it was locker room talk. You moved on from that. So Trump wins 2016. And then what do you think as far as the presidency goes? What do you like? Do you like any policy, or do you feel safe? What was it that you liked about his presidency?
Ashley, do you want to go first?
You could go first this time.
There's so many things that I loved about Trump's presidency. But, I feel like Rona overshadowed a lot of his presidency.
Yep.
And I feel like that was all planned. But his presidency that I loved, one thing was he was protecting our border. And a president should be protecting our border. America is land of the free, but you need to come here legally. You don't need to be coming here illegal. But he just done so many things, and people don't understand that he signed in policies for child trafficking. And, January was child trafficking month, where he had put in policies. People don't understand what all he has done for America.
Got it. So you mentioned the border, the southern border. So you felt it was more protected than it is now, which it is a fact, by the way. There's few processing under Trump than under Biden. I mean, just in December of 2023, we had around 300,000 in just 1 month. That is crazy. That is beyond crazy. So I think it was... what's his name? Slick. He was asking about a policy. So there you go. She answered you. She felt that Trump did a phenomenal job at the southern border in contrast to FJB. I mean, not FJB. What is it? Biden. So Ashley, what about you? Trump's presidency. What do you like?
Borders, you definitely nailed it on that, because you go into any other country, you're not just walking in. Look, like trying to get into Canada, it's not easy. But yes, I do. I'm big on the sex trafficking. He did great policies. He made January Sex Trafficking Awareness Month. He did a lot of, I forget actually how much money he put towards the victims, like to recuperate them, to bring them back and like help them live a normal life. That was amazing. He did sign another bill against for animal cruelty that a lot of people don't know. That makes it a federal crime if you hurt animals, and not just like a slap on the wrist, because I love that. He also was one of the presidents that put the most money, I don't remember the number, so I don't want to quote it, but back into Black communities. that actually when Joe Biden came into office, he signed off and cut like more than half of what Trump was putting into it. So things like that, like things that, you know, the media would not touch on that this man did.
Got it. And Ashley, by the way, were you a Democrat before?
I think I was just an independent.
Independent.
I kind of, you know, flip-flopped depending on like, you know, certain things. So I would probably have been more left-leaning because I was definitely more like, I'll bring up abortion. I was like, you know, my body, my choice. But then,
right.
Long story short, one of my children got vaccine injured as a child, and people won't correlate it to the vaccine. Let's put it that way. And people were like pretty much telling me I was crazy when I wasn't. And then when they forced the vaccine out, those same people that were screaming, my body, my choice, was telling me that I need to be mandated to get a vaccine.
Right. I'm not sure what happened with Amanda. I think she dropped, but she said she was removed.
Oh no, why did she get removed?
Oh no.
Did you get
What do you mean? Were like TikTok removed you, or
did you? I don't have.
Was it because you mentioned the Rona? Oh no. She was labeled for misinformation, guys. For those watching on YouTube, I know you're not able to see the comment section. Amanda was kicked off, and she's saying that it was due to misinformation, and she was removed from the live. Wow.
I don't know what she said because I said words.
That's so wild. Wow. She's saying I'll come in with my main. So I think she's going to come back with her main account. So we'll accept her when she returns. Oh man, that's what we're going to deal with, huh? So again, this is all intended for entertainment purposes only, guys. And TikTok, pure entertainment. And of course, speculation. She says she's back, so let's accept. Maga Legend is waiting. Maga Legend, again, I'll open in about 30 minutes or so, the panel. I just want to have the discussion with the ladies first, and then I'll let some of you guys come and ask questions. Wow, you're back.
I'm back. That's my main. I was on my backup, and this is my main. So
What's going on, by the way? Thank you, Ari Only. I appreciate that. What is going on, by the way? Can you please talk to me about this band? I think I watched one of your videos and it said band fam or something like that. What does that mean?
yes, that is. I'm in a group that's Band Fam, and we just stand for Trump, and we stand for, you know, no bullying and stuff like that, because we see a lot of the bullying on TikTok and stuff, and we try to help out with that.
Got it. And have you been banned before, by the way?
Oh yes, I have. I have lost.
Ashley's laughing. What is it, like over 100 times already?
No, not quite that many times. But
Okay, so quite a few.
Yes, quite a few.
Yeah.
Well, but why? Can you elaborate? Why do you get banned?
They tell me that I'm misinformation. And here lately, they have been pulling a lot of mine for election integrity. I lost 4 today for that.
Wow. Now, does your account get completely shut down, or is it just your lives get restricted?
No, it gets completely shut down.
Are you serious? Wow. But like what? Saying that there was an issue with the election?
No, I can just post like just something, a news clip, and just post it, and it can be taken down as false information, or they'll do anything to us anymore. Will they not, Ashley?
Yeah.
Even if it's a news clip, like you're actually using a news clip?
Hate, they do it for hateful behavior. They do it for anything.
Wow. What about you, Ashley? What have you been banned?
I've been banned.
Have you been banned?
Well, multiple times.
Wow.
So there's something with TikTok. So I got a lot for bullying and harassment, but it's people in my comments, and I would respond to the comment, but I never actually responded. I would just put a song and I dance. So I just troll them back and I just dance, and I'm like, okay, you're like today I got called a grandmother. I needed to get Botox. So I just kind of dance to it. But people, they get upset, and then they'll just go mass report all my videos. And some of them, TikTok will be like, no, we won't, I'll appeal it. But if I get 4 or 5, in a day, and then someone comes back and again reports me, but I posted something of the CDC one time from the CDC website, and I got hit with misinformation. And I'm like, this is literally a screen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so insane. Guys, in the comment section, again, the panel is not open yet. Ashley and Amanda are the special guests for tonight. I'll open the panel in about 30 to 25 minutes, and then you can ask them questions directly. So please be patient. Also, for those watching and echoing what Ashley and Amanda are saying, TikTok is being very hard on me as well. And that's why I'm focusing on making more specific content on YouTube. So please go to my YouTube channel at VegaAxis and subscribe. I have longer videos there. It's less filtered, more real than here on TikTok because I'm very restricted here. So that's crazy. I mean, me too. I deal with that a lot. That's why I'm trying to be very cautious with everything I post and say here on the lives. And as I always say, it's pure entertainment. Go ahead, Amanda.
I guess we can thank, what is it, the George Soros? I guess we can thank the little trolls that he's paid.
Soros?
Yeah, George Soros.
Oh, George Soros.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and then also, the liberals here on TikTok, they're very sensitive.
Oh, they are.
Very sensitive. I mean, everywhere, actually.
I'm being very careful because there was other things that I could have said, but
I'm sure you could have.
of why I voted the way I voted.
Right.
But the thing with me is, though, I actually have a friend who's like kind of in the middle. I'm saying now majority all my friends and family are all Trump supporters. If they did not vote for him in the last election, they are definitely voting this time for him. But I forgot where I was going. My bad.
It's okay. So do you think that the reason why your videos get taken down, does it also have to do because you are white?
I mean, it could be, but I know other creators that get taken down. I feel like if you are conservative or Republican, you're more likely to get your video taken down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot. Yeah, I've heard that a lot. And actually, I've had this might be a tip, by the way. I've heard some conservatives tell me that they get their stuff back by claiming that they are a minority in the sense of, part of the alphabet group, that community. And they say, I feel like I was being discriminated against,
Right.
And so I guess the algorithm sort of favors them because they said that. But who knows? Reverse racism. Have you guys noticed this, by the way, in the media, like in movies and music, where it's cool to make fun of white people?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
What's your take on that, by the way?
I'm just going to ask you a question, Vega. Have you seen the movie that Obama come out with on Netflix?
I did. I actually did a live about that movie. I did. Yeah.
As a white person, I felt kind of belittled.
Tell me about that. You watched the movie and you heard those comments towards the white people. What do you think about that?
It's not right. Because to me, that's dividing our nation more. Why did Obama want to make a movie like that? Because that does nothing.
For the record, in the comment section, somebody asked,
not right?
what movie? We're talking about Leave the World Behind. There are, I believe, a couple of scenes where this family is, if you watch the movie, if you didn't watch it, go watch it. But there's a lot of, some comments, not a lot, but there's a few comments that are demeaning towards white people. And then someone in the comment section said, you call the left sensitive, and he's laughing. We're not, racism is different. We're not talking about being sensitive if you say something like, I believe that this happened in the election, and then everybody flips out. That's what we mean about being sensitive. Now, racism is completely different. So that's a whole nother level. So I watched that and I was like, so what would happen if two white individuals would say that about two other, the opposite race. You know, can you
It would
believe
be
or
bad.
imagine the uproar that would cause worldwide?
Oh, it would. It
Yeah.
would.
And let's say like
It would.
Don Jr. was the producer of the movie, one of the producers.
Oh,
Let's
it
put it
would
that way.
be, put it this way, he would be drugged through the mud. He would not be winning no awards for that movie.
Yeah. And did you see, or when do you see this pattern that it was cool to put white people down? Did you see like an increase at some point, or?
Biden took presidency. That's my
No,
personal opinion.
I think it started because I want to say, was it in 2016? I really think the divide was coming then.
Do you think it was then?
2000,
It,
yeah.
I'm gonna say it probably started
It
when,
got worse,
yeah,
more worse. Yes.
when all of that happened with the officers and.
So you're saying that, Amanda, you felt that it grew under Biden.
I feel like it's grown more under Biden. I feel like
Okay.
that administration has divided more.
What about you, Ashley?
Oh, right now, how it is?
No, like when do you see this anti-white sentiment? Like when do you start noticing it?
Well, I mean, I would say definitely by what was it, 2020? I mean, at least over here.
Yeah, I'm from New York, New Jersey area. I felt that it was starting to get traction around, I would say, 2010ish.
You think so?
Yeah. Somebody said, Darling said under Obama. Yeah, I believe so. I started to see a pattern on the East Coast, at least, that it was really cool to make fun of white people, and it was always the popular thing to do and be demeaning towards them. And I started, being like, wait a minute, but isn't that racism? Like, I was like, what is going on? Like, what happens if they do it towards the Latinos or the blacks? So what do you think that is? Like, what happened here?
I don't know.
Do you think is maybe? I mean, I can tell you that when I went to school in the East Coast, and we went through the history books, right? And the teachers would go over history, and we know what happened. Obviously, I don't want to say the words too much because TikTok is so filtered. But you know what happened in the past. And a lot of the students were like, really, that happened? And they were like, yeah, and they would do this and they would do that. And I'm not sure if that had something to do with it. You know what I mean? That from a younger age, us in those liberal cities and state, they start planting that seed that happened in this country, and so sort of be aware of the whites kind of thing. I'm not sure if that's why, but that was the reaction I was seeing around me. I don't know about you guys, where you were, when you were growing up. How was that? But those were the teachers that
Well, can I
I
say something, Vega?
yeah. Go ahead.
I feel like the indoctrination of our kids. I feel like that starts with the racism in school, in the books, and you know what I'm saying. It's taught in some of the books. If you want to get down to it,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Just trying to go around it because I'm trying to be trying to put filters here. What about you, Ashley? What do you think? Do you think that's partially why, or what do you think is cool now to belittle the white people?
I don't know. People feel like it's me being like I owe them something, like I did something to them, or all of us did something to them. Do you know what I mean? And then, but also, they pretty much teach it in school. That's what I'm gonna say. They make, like Amanda said, a division from an early age, because even growing up, when I first grew up and I learned about stuff, I'm like, we did that?
I've pulled my child and I homeschool him now.
Oh, you do?
Hmm.
Why did you do that?
I felt like the schools are getting too liberal. And I think that there's things in schools that should not be in schools that should be left up to the parents to teach the child. And I just don't want my child indoctrinated.
So you're concerned about that. What about you, Ashley? Do you have children?
Yes, I do.
Do you feel the same way?
I wish I could homeschool. I know lots of people that do, but
Are you concerned about
you know
what she's saying, the indoctrination?
I'm actually not too worried. My oldest is in high school. So we talk. Like, he has asked questions during presidential elections. He even asked me to vote. Like, my thing to him is like, listen, I know a lot of people really argue about who's going to be president, but Jace, what's really important is, like, in our town and in our state, like, we have to be voices here because it really starts back here at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do not raise my child. He is not racist. My child is biracial. But you got to teach your child to be a good child and grow up to be a good adult. That starts at home. So even at school, I do feel like not every child is fit to sit for that many hours, and that's how they learn. Everybody learns differently. You know what I mean? So what worked better for someone else might not work for that person. But I think also speaking to our children about it.
What about, let's say, do you feel you're restricted as a white person to speak your mind in public, including social media? Like, in a sense of, let's say, like immigration, right? Like what's happening on the southern border. Like maybe you feel like you need to hold back, otherwise you're going to be labeled, the R word. Do you feel that way, or you just...
Because when I was very vocal before I got, like, on all social medias, I didn't get banned from the other ones, but I got shadow banned very bad. Like, you couldn't even tag me in things, nothing. I was very vocal and I got called those names. But the thing is that I try to say is, like, you're not listening, you're not comprehending what I'm trying to say to you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm speaking to you, but you're not even listening to me. And you're just immediately put the R name and that's that. And it's like, I'm not that. So don't label me that.
Yeah. JC in the comment section is saying, hell no, if I speak up, I'm a racist.
Yeah.
She'll be labeled the racist, she's saying. What do you think, Amanda? What do you think about that?
That's the way I feel, because it doesn't matter. If I say something about our border, then because I'm not supporting people coming over here. You know what I'm saying? But that's not, I support people to come over here. America is the land of the free, but it's for the citizens. Come over here like you're supposed to come over here. But once again, I'm sure somebody's going to say,
you're the R word because, because of your skin color, right? So Amanda, do you feel restricted then on social media?
Yes, I do, because if I speak my mind, or, and whenever I say I'm going to speak my mind, I'm not being ugly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being ugly. I'm speaking like we are speaking right now. But if I say something and someone gets hurt by it, they automatically report me. It automatically comes down, whether it's Instagram, whether it's TikTok, and it's not right. It's not right. They just let the liberals go, but for us, they're restricting us.
Yeah. Mima in the comment section said, I don't hold back. I know I am not a R person, so I don't care. And I'm glad you feel that way, Mima, but a lot of people in this country feel very restricted to speak up. And that's what I've noticed. I mean, let's face it. Well, excuse me, I get called a race traitor by people within the Latino community because obviously I'm Latino, so they call me a race traitor. But let's face it, if I was a white person, I probably wouldn't have this platform right now. Because I've been very hard on what's happening at the southern border. But if I was a white person, I don't think I would have made it this far within any of the platforms. I don't know. That's from what I've seen, because I believe I saw a post earlier this morning. Was it this morning? Yeah, the post was from this morning, and it was a white guy talking about the southern border, and instantly he got a reply from another content creator, and he's I think he's a Mexican American. I don't know. He's a Latino American, and he right away called them a racist right there on his social media platform, because the guy was supporting what Texas is doing right now. And that's just crazy to me that, it's just, you guys are so restricted because of your skin color. So in essence, to me, I believe that's racism already.
I agree.
People that believe that you can't be, are against someone of my color. And it's like, it's universal. It goes to anyone. You could be that to anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's just the double standards is mind blowing to me.
Yes.
It's a double standards. Okay, so then I did have another question for you in regards to what's happening right now on the southern border, and obviously you said that you do feel restricted in a lot of aspects of social media. But what about like when you go out? Are you able to speak freely? I mean, I'm sure it depends. If it's with your friends and family, you can. But do you speak to politics, about politics, with anyone outside of your circle, or no?
Well, I mean, I wear my pretty much tells you who I voted for.
You do?
Yeah.
And what's the reaction?
Well, now people are like, I love that.
Really? Now you get a positive reaction.
Of that. And I'm like, yeah, our friend makes them. So here's her website. Like, she's got all kinds. Go look, I'm not afraid to wear it anymore. I'm saying because in my area now, most are voting for Trump. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's still liberals that will probably give you a face, but no
right.
Actually liberal that said anything to me wearing my.
What about, oh, by the way, me and my saying, if I go on Liberals Live to debate, I'm auto-labeled an NR person. I believe you. Mrs. Ramirez is saying, Texas here. We love Texas. Texas is strong. You guys got to hold up. What about before, Ashley? Did you wear it before 2020? Your gear?
No.
Is there a reason why? Like, do you feel restricted, or?
I just didn't have it, but I was very vocal on social media and I got in trouble.
You were?
Yes, at that point, but I definitely, when there was the mask mandates, I definitely got spoken to or not let into places because I was like, I'm not putting it on. I'm not sick. I'm fine. So that's a whole different topic. But so that's what I endured during that time. But now I feel like it's maybe since more people like him now, I don't know what's happening, but no.
Got it. And the comment section in your videos, guys, you said that you get some pretty wise comments there. What do you think about, Americans that are promoting anti-American agenda? What's happening there? What do you think about that? Or they support, networks that promote anti-American stuff, you know? Like, let's say the Pledge of Allegiance, you know, kneeling before the national anthem. Like, what's happening here?
They need to leave our country. If they can't, if they can't stand and put their hand over their heart whenever the anthem's played or the Pledge of Allegiance is said or whatever, if they can't respect the country that they live in, they need to leave. They need to get out.
What do you think, Ashley?
I agree with that. Like, why live here then? Go live somewhere where you're proud of your country. Because I mean, it's a go sneak in their country. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm not sure, like, what's happening here. Like, I'm seeing all of these anti-American protests and movements, and I'm like, you're in America. Like, what are you talking about? You know, like if they did that in Iran or Venezuela or something, they would be in deep trouble over there. Either were demeaning towards the country they were in.
Yeah. I believe that Americans has taken their freedoms for granted compared to the other countries. And the people that don't respect America, they should have to go live in the other countries for a little while, and then they would appreciate their land.
Yeah, that is a good point. I believe so too. I'm not sure. Maybe they need a reality check. Maybe they need to take a trip over there and live for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And just like the celebrities, right? That they were saying back in 2016 when Trump won, oh, I'm going to leave. Was it, who was it? Was it Robert De Niro? And I think Whoopi Goldberg?
Yes.
They were saying they were going to leave the country.
Mm-hmm.
And they stayed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just don't get it. Like, what happened? Where did we make that turn that it was okay to be anti-American? You know, I just it doesn't make sense to me. What do you feel when you see stuff like that?
You want me to tell you how I feel?
Yeah.
I feel sad, and I feel like the people that has fought for our country, they shouldn't disrespect those people like that, our veterans, our military, because some made the ultimate sacrifice.
What about you, Ashley?
No, it makes me sad too. This is like my kids' school. They still do the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't know if other schools do, but we still do it here. And like they really teach them about the Constitution and the founding fathers in this country, you know, what we're built on. And I do really appreciate that. And I think, I'm sorry, child was trying to get something from me.
Oh, it's okay.
That, you know, like, if you really don't like it here, why are you here? Like, what is it that you don't like? Because really, everyone has the same freedoms here. That's why people want to come to our country, right?
Right.
And you are in this country, and you're, like you said, they're getting away with it. And it makes me sad because there are going to be people that are going to obviously agree with them. And that's not a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's very sad. I think that's the best word to use. Well, to me, it makes me kind of angry, to be honest with you. But, you know, angry and sad, I guess they go hand in hand there. Around what time do you guys have to go, by the way? Is it like 9-ish?
Around
9:30-ish?
Around 9:30 would be good.
9:30. Okay, so we have about, what, like 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to open the panel. I have people that want to join and ask you guys a couple of things here. So let me just accept some of these, and we'll go in order. I know Maga the Legend was waiting for a long time here, so let me bring him up.
Hi.
Guys, please mute your microphones so that we can hear everyone, and then we'll move on here. I'll have to drop some of you guys because there's other people waiting in line too. Maga the Legend, go ahead. Welcome to the panel.
He canceled Trump's interior enforcement rule. He halted border construction.
Hello, are you there?
Mexico policy, and he let Title 42 expire.
Maga the Legend, are you there?
It's time for Joe now to simply.
I think I can't hear you. Can you guys hear him? I can't hear him.
Sounds like a
Policies that secured our border in the first place.
Okay, I'll mute him there for a little bit. Welcome, Daisy. Go ahead.
It's crazy because even now, I don't know what Republican and Democrat means. I don't care who laughs at me. I really don't give a shit. I have been through so much trauma in my life. I never really cared about the news because I'm a very emotional person ever since I had my daughter. And seeing what's going on, it makes me cry. Like if I scroll TikTok and what's going on in the world, I just, it's so sad.
Oop, we have an echo. Ashley, can you mute for a second?
Yeah.
Thank you. Go ahead, Daisy.
It just makes me sad, because what people don't realize, I don't care about nobody coming here sharing space, none of the resources. Yeah, it pisses me off, don't get me wrong. That's not my main thing that makes me mad. What makes me mad is what's happening to the children. They're defenseless. Children are the most, besides dogs in my opinion, are the most innocent beings there are, and look at what's happening to all the kids. Just because these people are coming over, it doesn't matter how much we try to prepare ourselves. And the more they come over, more of these men keep coming over. I haven't seen maybe, 10 kids coming over. It's just sad to me, and it breaks my heart to think of what more is going to happen with the children.
I agree, Daisy. I mean, they are completely innocent.
Someone in the chat was saying if they lived on my door, I'd care. No, I'm not saying I don't care. I'm saying my biggest concern is the children. Up until recently, I didn't know what was going on.
What do you mean? Someone in the comment section said what?
They said if they were living outside my door, I'd care. Oh, trust me, they are. I could go make a video of them on the corner of all these illegals in their tents on the freeways right here. I could make videos, but I don't.
What state do you live in, if you don't mind?
California.
Oh.
And I don't care what nobody says, they're doing nothing for the border. I go to San Diego and they're everywhere. They're not doing nothing to help nobody out here. I don't understand why people are I don't know. I just don't understand.
How long have you been living there, by the way?
Sadly, my whole life. I'm 29.
So have you seen things get worse when it comes to the migrants?
Yeah.
Like the influx in your city?
Yeah, I see the crime. I live in San Jose, in the Bay Area. The crime rate is bad. And I thought being this far north that we wouldn't be affected, and that's what I get for thinking.
I hear you. Okay, Kay, welcome to the panel. Go ahead.
Hi, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was just gonna follow up with what Daisy was saying. A lot of people, they say they don't mind them coming over until it's like right in front of their face. Like, are you gonna house them? Are you gonna, feed them dinner every night? Are you gonna, I mean, our taxes are already, going towards them, and vets are getting kicked out of hotels, and the vets and the children are getting kicked out of schools and losing their education while these people can come over here and get shit for free. And then I see stuff on TikTok about how, they're coming over here and then they're freezing and they're cold and they're complaining, and it's like the entitlement. It's like, I don't understand it. And I live in Texas, so props to my governor right now.
Shout out to Texas. We love that
Yes.
state.
I do too. I'm proud of it. My brother is in the military, so there is a lot of craziness going on right now that, I hear in my family, and we're kind of all dealing with it just because we're where my brother is right now. So,
Wait, where is your brother?
He's in the military right now. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
yeah. So, um, just a lot going on, with our lives, and everyone else is dealing with their own stuff. But yeah, Texas is putting up a big fight, and I hope they continue to do that. I have a 9-year-old daughter, and it's scary, living in the world that we live in right now. And to bring
Are
some,
they around? Where do you live, if you don't mind? Like what city?
um, near San Antonio.
Near San Antonio. Okay. Do you see them by any chance?
Yes.
You do. What scares you the most? And that's a question Baby's asking. She's asking what's scary in the comment section. What is scary?
Sex trafficking and drugs.
Yeah. I did. I'm not sure. Have you guys heard the story about Kayla Hamilton's story?
Uh-uh.
No. Kayla Hamilton, she was essayed and, well, she was raped actually and unalived by a migrant that crossed the border. And he was detained at the border, but we know there's no proper vetting. So he eventually made it to where she was living. And I think this was, what state was this? Was in Maryland?
I was going to say Maryland.
Yeah, Vega. I seen that too.
You saw it, right?
Yes.
And the guy just completely raped her, and she's gone, unfortunately. And he was detained at the border. And the mom, I spoke to the mom. She came here on my live, and the mom, she said, she told me, Vega, I watched the migrant crisis on the news, but I never thought it would affect me. And she was so far away from that, where they were living, and she's in shock, she's in pain, and it's a sad story, very sad. But
isn't she the one that's suing the Biden administration?
yes, she's suing Department of Homeland Security for $100 million right now. That's correct, because of the negligence. Yep.
Good.
Yep. Yeah, because they have a record, according to the attorney, that they didn't follow the protocol they're supposed to, and they let him through. Oh, by the way, he belongs to the MS-13 gang, allegedly. Allegedly. And he made it through. So sad. So I hope that answers the question for Bibi. If what's scary? That is scary. I mean, to me, that is scary. That somebody like that ends up in your neighborhood. This guy was living in the same, because they were living in the same trailer where they were renting a room. This guy was living there for 5 days. He didn't even make a week. And he entered her room by force, and he did what he did. Didn't even last a week. So that's what I always say. It takes one. It just takes one. Even if you tell me 95% are good, what about the other 5%? Where are they going to end up? I don't want that 5% in my neighborhood, but we don't know where they're going to be. They can be anywhere, So that's a scary part, at least for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people here. But go ahead, Kay.
Well, and just also like the drugs with fentanyl and stuff. I mean, I live in Texas. There's kids that are 13, 14 years old dying from overdoses because they think they're taking like a pill or they are smoking weed. And it's sad. I mean, there's young children literally dying from fentanyl overdoses.
Ashley, what do you think about this when you hear stories like this?
Oh my God, it saddens me because this wouldn't be happening if we had an administration that actually cared. So to piggyback off of what someone else said, yes, a lot of military-aged men are coming through. And like my saying about that is, when a man is going to go to war, he leaves his family at home. And if a man is fleeing a war, he's going to take his family. So all these men are coming over. And yes, someone else in the comments did say, like, a lot of children have been trafficked since these borders been down. And yes, the drugs are sourcing through because it's up here. It's all the way up here. People up here are also not as young, but They are. They're unaliving them off of fentanyl, and it's scary. Scary.
And what's your take about the mainstream media not really covering this stuff the way the way people are saying, the people that live in these communities?
Because I don't want to say like they're hiding it. Like they have a different agenda.
What do you think is the agenda? Thank you, the one and only. I appreciate it. What do you think is the agenda?
Maybe New World Order. Like, you want to be serious? Like, I mean, what else is it? Why are we allowing this?
Yeah, I mentioned the story, Kayla Hamilton's story, because I was really struck by that, especially after speaking to the mom. She told us here that this migrant that did that, he's actually underage, allegedly. And DHS let him go with an unverified sponsor, supposedly. And then when they went to check all these records, apparently they didn't even have those records. So they didn't even know who he went to. So that to me shows, that shows me that, wait a minute. So you're saying you let a minor go with an unverified sponsor? You know what I mean? Like, so what about the other
Trump was
minors?
in office. People called him the R word because when they got caught, trying to come in, they would separate them and do DNA tests because a lot of the time they weren't with who they were supposed to be with. And then he would
Exactly.
separate them with the families. And we're not doing that. Like you said, that proves right there that they're not, it's not safe. We
Yeah.
can't, no.
Yeah. So that, to me, I was thinking, were there other kids that were let go the same way?
Oh, so many of them. How many? Like they did say they had like a certain amount that they lost. Like, it was in like.
I did go over that. I think it was around 80,000.
That they
again.
actually are admitting they don't know where they are.
Yeah, and how can you lose 80,000?
Well,
Easily, because look.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying, Amanda. I get it. Yeah. But it's like I said, they went and asked about this migrant that was underage and they had like no record. And it's like everybody was in shock. What do you think, Amanda, by the way, about this? I mean, I know we're against the crisis that's happening right now. We're not in support of what's happening. But what do you think about the kids that are being put in the middle of this?
It's heartbreaking. And, the children ought to be America's first priority. And it seems like the children are being put last. If the Biden administration cared for children, they would build the wall. They would. Because it protects not only our children, it protects us. Because like you said, you've got trafficking coming in, you've got the drugs coming in, you've got the man that done that to that poor girl. I mean, it's just evil. It's just evil, Vega.
I agree. Thank you, everyone in the comment section. By the way, I appreciate your support. And I do want to welcome to the panel. By the way, Amanda and Ashley, if you do have to go, just let me know. Okay, no pressure whatsoever. Default, welcome to the panel. Go ahead.
Hey, well, I was just listening and I agree with all of you. I saw a stat on the news that said last month there were 340,000 immigrant encounters at the border, and only 314,000 births in America. So there's actually more immigrants coming into America than we're actually having births in America. I think we have to get control of the situation. I feel bad for the plight of everyone that wants to come here, but I mean, there was a research poll that said worldwide, if given the opportunity, 158 million people would migrate to the United States. I mean, it goes to show that we're a great country and everyone wants to come here,
but we really need to look at the long term. What is that going to look like for America? What will America look like in 20 years if this continues? And how do we solve it?
How do we solve it? I do want to ask that quick question before they go to the special guest, Ashley and Amanda. I'll start with Ashley. What do you think is the solution to this, by the way?